Yup. Yup.
We do this. We do this. Doesn't matter what day of the week, what time of day, what time of year, we do this. No sports on? Tea time is transcending sports. It's entertainment. We're in the entertainment industry. So it's only right that while we're in the dog days of summer, that you end up getting entertained. And that's exactly what we came here to do tonight. Do bubbly drink. Hello and welcome. You are so lucky to be here tonight because we have a great thing for you. This shit right here, this shit right here, this shit right here, this is Tea Time. And I am your host, Tony Murr. And if you are a fan of sports, if you are a fan of social media, if you're a fan of pop culture, if you're on social media day in and day out, if you're a fan of entertainment, then you come to the right place, and you on the other side of the screen, you are officially teed up. We are teed up around here. This shit right here, this is tea time. So what tea time typically is, it's an alternate broadcast. I specialize in sports. So what I'm going to do is I pick a game that we watch together, and instead of watching the game how you traditionally would, you're going to get a little sidecast and a little alternate broadcast going where I am the broadcaster of the game, and I'm bringing you the sounds and sights of the game through my voice. It's a new, reimagined, reinvented, and reinsexinated, reinacinated, reincarnated way to enjoy sports. And that's what we typically do. And that's what you'll typically find us doing. But right now, it's August. And August is not typically known as a heavy sports month. So we got to find new avenues to go down. We have to find new treks to make ourselves the road that's less past, the road, go down the road that is less traveled. There we go. Less traveled road. That's where we're going down, because most people are going to shut it down. Most people are going to say just wait till the NFL season. We got about 1 month to the NFL season. We ain't waiting for that shit. We're not waiting for that shit. We got people to entertain, and people need something to do right now, and that's exactly why I'm doing this right now. So, what you've come across, this is Tea Time Timeline. So, what I'm going to do is, it's almost like a daily news show where I bring you through certain topics. I bring you through So, let me back up a little bit. So, I was on, as I typically am. I would say my app of choice is traditionally Twitter, reinvented as X, thanks to Elon, and that's where I'm going for my news. That's where I'm going for my entertainment. That's really, they call it the everything app, and you really can get everything from there. So I would say, out of all my social media scrolling, I'm most often going to Twitter. So what I did during today, and it was for the purpose of this show, is I liked certain posts on Twitter so that I could discuss them on the show. So really what we're going through is my timeline on Twitter, and I'm just going to go through it with you. We're going to talk about it together. You can throw in your opinions in the chat. If you are watching, throw yourself into the chat. Let yourself be known. Welcome yourself with some typed words. You go, you type it out. You tell me how you feel, because maybe we agree, maybe we disagree, and that is the beauty of Tea Time Timeline. How it is different from typical news shows is, I want this to be a break from the traditional action that you come across in your social media feed on the news, because a lot of that is negatively portrayed. A lot of that has heavy biases. A lot of that is withholding information. A lot of that just generally does not make you feel good. I'm going to tend to stay away from those topics, because there's a whole lot of more people that are more qualified than me to be talking about those subjects. So I'm going to be staying in my lane, and I'm just going to go in the entertainment factor. I might bring up something that's culturally relevant, culturally going on right now, but it's gonna have a positive and light twist to it. We're gonna keep things light on here, and it's free flowing, free forming. This can go in any sort of direction that we may choose. So buckle yourself in and enjoy the ride, as they say. So let me get myself set up here so you can fully enjoy what it is that you came here to do. We're on that X app. Nope. I need to start my eating schedule well, it's not messed up because the I like the spacing of when I eat, but particularly on show days, it's a little bit tough. So I eat in the morning about 8:30 in that time range. Make myself a nice hearty breakfast. I think that's a good start to the day. And just the act of eating and making your breakfast, goes to show you're going that extra mile for yourself. You're getting yourself prepared for the day. You're treating yourself. You're taking care of yourself. So if you're a taking care of yourself individual and you do that early in the morning, the rest of your day is going to be set up as if you are a taking care of yourself individual. So that's why breakfast is important, not even from the physical aspect of eating food, but from the mental aspect of just getting yourself ready and treating yourself nicely. Make sure you are treating yourself nicely always. Not ever not treating yourself nicely, meaning always treating yourself nicely. So breakfast 8 to 8:30 range, and then lunch comes around. I'm saying it's typically between 3 and 4 o'clock, and it's a light lunch. So I'm going a protein smoothie, protein powder with frozen fruit in the smoothie, and Lord knows, and you got to know if you're a tea timer. Hey, type shit, type shit. So you got to know if you're a tea timer that what we do or what we do for lunch, or no, I'm sorry, even more specifically, that fruit, if you ain't getting organic fruit, you might as well not be doing it. You might as well go to your neighbor's yard next door while they're spraying pesticides on the ground. Just lay down on the ground with your mouth open. That's what it's like eating non-organic fruit. I don't know if that's actually true, but that's how I feel. I've seen some scary, not so nice things about non-organic fruit. So spring for the organic. You're gonna thank yourself. You're gonna be feeling better at the end of the day. It's good for you. Organic is good for you. And then I don't even I say this, but I've heard some negative commentary on organic that it's not as healthy as people are making it seem to be. It's not as big of a difference between the regular fruit and the organic fruit. But I'm going organic because it makes me feel good. So I'm going organic fruit, and I'm going protein powder, just water, and then you get the NutriBullet. The NutriBullet, there's a few items in my home that I have that there we go. Um, there's a few items in my home that I think are must have items that I don't know how I could live without. The NutriBullet is one of them. 7 days a week, I'm using it more than 7 times. So I'm making myself maybe sometimes two blended drinks per day. So I gotta have my NutriBullet. It's a needed, necessary item. AirPods is another one. Don't know how I had air or didn't know how I operated without that type of technology, because for you like walking around town or working out, to have that lightness in your ear where it's not holding you down at all, you barely even feel that it's in your ear. It's something that you go around with. But like I've been saying, the more that we live, the more that we realize these things that are super convenient oftentimes aren't the best for us. Electromagnetic forces, that's EMF for short. That is something that is released from certain household electronics, like a microwave, that they say for you to stay away from. And the EMF that comes off of AirPods is greater than that comes off a microwave. So when you're using your AirPods, I don't want you to have it in your ears all day. I know people, they probably go to work from the time that they wake up in the morning or they start work to the time that they leave their office. They got the AirPods in. They're taking calls on it. They're listening to music. That is too much EMF for your brain. You're throwing off the brain waves. The brain waves are the essentialness of life. Without the brain waves, we are not making sense. We are not making sense of the world. We are not making sense to others. So make sure you protect that brain of yours. Do not be using wireless headphones that often. It does not just, this isn't just exclusively to AirPods. This isn't just exclusively to AirPods. This is for any sort of wireless Bluetooth enabled headphones. This is why people are, you see all famous people walking in Hollywood, NFL athletes, they're all switching back to wired headphones. And they're the people with the, what you're going to come to realize is the people with the money know the good shit, know the important shit before you do. So when you see a certain trend, a certain health trend going on where all the rich and famous people, all the highest qualified, highest performing athletes, they're all doing the same thing, you should probably do it. Or you should probably be at least asking yourself, why do I not do what they do? What do they know that I don't? Okay, you got to stay informed, otherwise you're falling behind. Okay, question everything, answer almost nothing. You know what I'm saying here? Okay, so there's that rant, and it all started with my light lunch. All right, so I'm gonna be that little motherfucker in the corner now. I'm gonna get the timeline up ready for us. Let's go. Window capture. Yeah, posts liked by tea time. God, I hate that woman from Barstool. That girl, I should say. She ain't a woman. She's a girl. You know what? I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Don't worry. I'm gonna be back in a sec. I'm gonna be back in a sec. Like I told you. Like I told y'all. I told y'all. I told y'all. Here we go. And we actually, let's get this updated socials. Let's get that up and running there. Okay. How's that look? That's pretty good. Okay. So here's what we do. Here's how we go. Here's how we move. Okay. So actually, you know what? Updated socials. I don't think we need them. I don't think we need them. So what we're doing is I'm gonna scroll through this and then basically take you through my day via my timeline. It's time to have some fun. It's time to relax. I don't know about you, but if it's 8 to 9 or really 8 to 10 p.m., I got a screen in front of my face. I'm relaxing. I'm decompressing from the day. So allow me to be that for you. I would love the privilege if you're spending your time watching me, enjoying me. Let me do that privilege. Let me give that privilege to me, and then all you'll reap all the benefits from it. I swear to you. Okay. Um, New bubbly drink making its way to tea time. Brillante. Brillante is the brand. The name of the drink is Tehuacan. Tehuacan. This is sparkling, natural mineral water sourced from the springs of Tehuacan. It's called the Place of the Gods. You know we're gonna have to look this up. Tehuacan. Let's see if it's really what it claims to be. Let's go images. Okay, now. Oh, I mean, if that's the water that we're talking about, this is a beautiful, beautiful sight. Hold on one second. The place to walk in. I'm going to type in the place of the gods because that's going to give it the context needed to show me the right pictures. Oh, so this is why they call it there. Who really built the city of the gods? All right, we could go. So is Teotihuacan, is this the same thing? I mean, look at that. That's interesting. How old is that? There's a Netflix documentary. It was called Ancient Civilizations with Graham Hancock, and it's basically questioning the timeline of when humanity started because there's plenty of fixtures, there's plenty of cities, there's plenty of architectures around the world that proceed when people believe that humanity started. Teotihuacan. 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 Here we go. Thank you for that pronunciation, you filthy animal. Look at this place, though. It feels good to know that my mineral water is coming from such a place. Look. Oh, God. Look at that. Yep, there's the water that I'm drinking. All right, we're going to do Teotihuacan on a map. On a map. All right, let's see where we're looking. Mexico City. Trying to see any places that I know. As if I know a lot of them. I don't. All right, let's just go. We got maps right there. Yeah, not Lynn, Massachusetts. Tehuacan. All right. So it's pretty south into Mexico. Yeah, okay. Pretty south into the Tabasco right here. Oaxaca. Guatemala. Okay. Belize, El Salvador. I did not know. Okay. I did not know Guatemala, El Salvador this close to Mexico. Nicaragua, Honduras, Costa Rica. I thought Costa Rica was an island. I thought Costa Rica was an island. Didn't you? Guadalajara. Okay, I know that. All right, very cool. We will move on. Okay. So, what is the easiest sport to go pro in? This isn't something where, yeah, let's get a better image. All right, I don't like the looks. Oh yeah, let's just have a fine. This guy's normal looking. I just need something to pause on. What's the easiest sport to go pro in? So let's let's leave out the ancillary sports. Let's leave out like I think tennis and golf are super hard, but like let's leave out like volleyball. Let's leave out pickleball. Let's talk four major sports. What's the easiest sport to go pro in? Baseball, hockey, basketball, football. Baseball, hockey, basketball, football. NBA's got to be the hardest. There's only 12 people per team, and not only is America good, but the whole world plays basketball. We got to be out on basketball. It ain't that. Football, baseball, hockey. Similar thing with hockey. I think hockey is the hardest sport to play, besides maybe golf. I think hockey could be the hardest sport to play. It's not on feet, it's on ice. And it requires so much endurance, strength, coordination, and you're going outside. You got America, you got Canada, you got Latvia, you got Russia, you got all these different countries. It can't be that. There we go. We're on the same page there, you filthy animal. So then it goes to baseball and football. Football is one of the easiest sports to pick up. Like if you're somewhat athletic, you could be good at football in high school. Like you might not be like Division 1 good, like you might not go play at a Texas high school, but if you're moderately athletic, you don't even have to train football. You could start on your varsity team. But to become a professional athlete, you have to be highly specialized. You could also be God given with an extraordinary body. Like you could be given 6'5", 300 pounds, and you're just so muscular. You go on the defensive line. Like you don't even have to be that athletic to do that. I feel like that could be the easiest avenue. Not everyone is born in a 6'5" frame with the ability to hold 300 pounds and still move quickly. But that seems like the easiest route. Which and like we can go, the argument for baseball is that there's many leagues. So like there's AAA, there's AA, there's single A. I'm talking MLB. I'm talking the highest stage. There's so many people on those teams. You could be a random relief pitcher, but baseball is so like to throw 95 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour. basketball is not the easiest. You have to be, you're cutting out a huge percentage of the world because if you're under 6 feet, you're not being able to play in the NBA. And there's so many countries that play. There's only 12 people per team. That's got to be the hardest one. Just because of the like, we're talking GoPro, not Play Pro. Like you couldn't last out there. You couldn't last out there. I'm between hockey and I'm between hockey. No, sorry, I'm between football and baseball. I'm gonna go football just for those anomalies of humans that are born in huge bodies. Like there was some guy that was signed by the Eagles this year in their training camp, or he might have been even drafted by them in like the 7th round or something. He never played football in his life. He was just a freak athlete. So football is something that's easy to pick up depending on your position. And then if you already have the body for it, you can go in there. 53 people per team. You're not going against the rest of the world. Only really America is good at football at the moment. So I'm going to go football is my answer. NFL. Martha Reeves critiques backup singers before viral WPBL. So um, I don't know who is asking for it, but there is now a women's baseball league. Not even women's softball, women's baseball, which doesn't really make sense because what women grow up playing baseball? Like, is this girls that just could not make it into softball and they just wanted to create their own league? Like this, I don't understand the point of something like this. And like, I don't really want to go down that whole rabbit hole because you know what rabbit hole I'm talking about, and it could get people in trouble. And like, that's not the point of the show, like I was saying before. But I just don't know. Like, I feel like no one was asking for a women's baseball league, and somehow we got it. But if you go to my social accounts, Instagram, TikTok, even my YouTube, you'll see yesterday I posted there was a horrible rendition of a national anthem for the beginning or the first game of this league, and it was like two women were signed, or two women were told that they this is my opinion, two women were told that they could do the national anthem for the start of this league, and they were both accidentally booked, and the guy or girl that booked them, whoever booked them, they didn't realize till they both got there, like, shit, we assigned two people, and we don't want to have to choose between one another because that puts us in a whole other predicament. Let's just roll you both out there. Everyone knows the lyrics to this song. It's not an original song. It's not their song. So you guys can just sing it along together, right? Wrong. I will actually pull up the Instagram because we need this for reference. Here it is. Anthem performance like this.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming?
I think this is what happened. Both of these women were accidentally asked to do. So that was all right. This was an interesting. I didn't see this comment. I didn't see this comment. That's Martha Reeves of Martha and the Vandellas or the Vandellas. But I don't think the Vandellas were these people. It did not seem like they were getting along. It seemed like it was a national anthem duel, like who could do their version better. So this is a little pre-game footage of how this came to be or how that all went down. Here's Martha. I like that. In the middle of doing that, in the middle of her practice, she goes, "That's out of tune." But I'm gonna correct that. I'm such a professional. I'm so good at this damn singing thing that I know when I'm out of tune. I'll say it before you even get a chance to say it. That's how Martha rolls.
Why you singing with me? Who's singing the same note I'm singing? Why?
Who's singing the same note that I'm singing? So this is a person that is unfamiliar with the professional music game. The fact that Martha was in a band where she was the headliner and had the band with her, it seems like so she got mad right there because someone was singing the same note as her. Um, like one of the backup singers. In my mind, aren't you supposed to be in the same note? And that's how it sounds good. Like if you were singing at one note and they were singing at another, wouldn't that sound bad? I don't know actually. But you could tell she was getting a little bit snippy. She thought this was amateur hour, basically. She thought like why, like you'll see more of it, and you'll understand where I'm coming from.
I don't think I do.
I don't think that she needs the backup singers. Yeah, so Martha, she got a little too big for her britches. According to that Instagram comment, she had a band in the 60s. It's like, yeah, I mean, if that's the best that we can, and really, and this just goes to show about this women's baseball league. Like, who is asking for it? And if the only person that you can get is Martha Reeves of a famous band in the 1960s, you couldn't get anyone else who's more current or popular. It furthers my argument as to this didn't ever need to happen. The women's baseball league, but Martha, it's time to hang them up. You don't sound very good anymore, and you're living. You're thinking of yourself in the past. You're thinking of yourself up here. What, Martha? We're all right here, girl. We're all right here. You're thinking yourself as Martha Reeves from Martha and the Vandellas. Hey, that time has came and went. And let's if you're viewing yourself here, you're gonna find yourself in less friction type of situations and less of predicaments. Like that situation that you got yourself in for that national anthem, that was a predicament, and you could have probably avoided that if you just wanted to get along a little bit, instead of saying, you know what, I don't like the way these backup singers are singing. I'm just gonna go without them. I don't. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go vertical. I'm gonna go vertical because the hips are getting tightened up. All right, and yes, the fan is going on. Some say that I don't need the jacket. I'll say that I do. It's tea time timeline. Who are you? How's you doing? How's you doing? Okay. Oh, this is much better. And then I gotta get that. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. Ooh. 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 Oh yeah. There you go. The hips, man, they unlock everything. They're part of that posterior chain. Once the hips start going, things start going wrong. Okay, protect those hips. Strengthen and stretch, then strengthen. Don't just stretch them, strengthen them afterwards. That's made the difference for me. All right, so we got CD Lamb of the Dallas Cowboys, and yes, we're getting the football season because we're getting videos like this. It's funny that it didn't. This type of training mechanism, this didn't come out till this year. This just recently dropped, and I feel like no one was really doing this before. I've never seen it before, and I'm wondering who thought of this. And to me, it's more of for show than anything, because obviously this isn't mimicking anything in a real life situation. Yes, you are blocking your view a little bit, testing your view so that when you have the net off, it seems that much easier, but you're never going to have the net on your head during a game. So, in my mind, what you should be doing, hold on. I feel like we could go even a little bit like this. No, never mind. In my mind, it should be, and feel like I've seen this before. You got people who put their hands in front of your eyes because that's what you're going to be experiencing in the game. So to me, that would be a better option. And then you saw George Pickens try to replicate this training method, and he wasn't for it. He did not understand it. He's like, you know what? Get rid of this thing. My question is, so CeeDee Lamb was hurt for the majority of last year, and George Pickens was the guy. He was a stud, and like for a good stretch of weeks, the number one fantasy receiver. Is Can he replicate that? Because I feel like at a moment's notice he could go haywire, go sideways, and do something really fucking weird that gets him kicked out of the league, kicked off his team, someone that they don't want to throw the ball to. Like that's got to be the weirdest guy to share the locker room with, based on his antics that you've seen both on and off the field. But he managed to do all right last year. He wants to fight everyone that goes against him or tries to tackle him. Like, he can't just go down regularly. He has to stiff arm them. He's got to throw them down. He's got to humiliate them. It's all a humiliation thing for him. So there's a little bit of training camp. We're getting into this part of this of the sports calendar where we're getting excited for training camp of the NFL. And frankly, I like seeing these videos. I am jonesing for the NFL. I think we got about 40 days. How many days till the first NFL game? There's got to be a specific countdown. 20 up. Yep. I mean, come on. We're in the world of AI. That's not true either. 75 days? I can't believe this can't get right. For how much people are saying AI is going to take over, AI is going to take everyone's job, there's going to be universal high basic income. It can't even correctly tell me the days until September 9th. I'll tell you how many there are. So you subtract 9 in September. There's 9 already hanging there. Today's the 4th of August. That's 27. 27 plus 9, that's 35. But that would be exactly 5 weeks from now. That doesn't make sense either. Today's a Tuesday. It's 36. That's 36. 9 plus 27 is 36. All right, going back. Going back. Going back. Okay. Any surprises on this list? So we're looking at top 10 NFL head coaches entering 2026. I agree that McVay is the best coach. Mike McDonald just won a Super Bowl. Great coach. Kyle Shanahan. He took the 49ers to the playoffs last year, and like, if they were a complete person, if their whole team made one complete person, they were going into the playoffs without a leg, without an arm, and with an eye patch on. They were the most injured team in football. Everyone's talking about the substation, the electrical substation, and I think it's worth talking about at this point because there's more injuries. Ricky Pearsall, their number one, or one of their receivers that's supposed to be very good, he's not playing the rest of this year. Mike Evans got a hamstring issue, but when doesn't Mike Evans have a hamstring issue? But the more that people get hurt, the more that people are going to talk about it, and eventually people are not going to want to play in San Francisco because of this electrical substation. It's gaining enough internet fodder that it's going to cause a problem down the road, and like, it's going to be. This is going to be a highly, highly talked about opinion this season. And I'm starting to wonder if it's true myself. I feel like it's got to be. They said that it's far enough away that they're not actually feeling the effects of it. But what about day in and day out? That's where you're practicing. You got to factor something like that in. Either way, Kyle Shanahan, great coach. He was actually in a bad car accident within the most recent weeks, and he said that it's even affecting his play or his decision making abilities, that he's a second off. So you got to think that's going to factor how he's going to be coaching this year. Like, people, this brain, like we were talking about, it's a fragile and finite thing. Like, it, little things could throw it off. What you eat throws it off. What you spend your time around. So getting a traumatic brain injury and having a job that requires so much brain power, you got to be nervous about that. Me myself, I throw so many things, like in terms of health and wellness, like fads, like I'm all into it. I'm doing the mineral based sunscreen. I'm eating kimchi, the gut brain connection, the gut microbiome. I do this stuff, I talk about it, and I don't know how much it's actually helping my brain. But if I go back to the way that it was, where I'm having the seed oils that cause the inflammation, if I'm having the Doritos, if I'm going back to that, what would the brain look like? If I'm going back to the plastic cutting board, back to the Teflon frying pans, what does the brain look like now? It's like sometimes the brain feels like it's shing, 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 shing. Other times it feels like it's melting. That's a whole other thing. Andy Reid, still one of the best to do it. I got no problem. So Sean Payton, he's a great coach. So I'm trying to think about people that I think are getting disrespected on this list. All right, let's go list of NFL head coaches. Like who got snubbed? But like I can't. No, I can't go off that. Jesse Minter, this is his first season. Joe Brady, this is his first season. Zach Taylor, he's not on there. Todd Monken, he's not on there. So Sean Payne, D'Amico Ryan, Steichen, he doesn't. Liam Cohen. Liam Cohen, if he brings the Jaguars to another playoffs, you got to consider Liam Cohen on that list. Vrabel, okay. Mike McCarthy, his times. I forgot he's a coach. That's going to be an interesting. We got no more Tomlin. We got Robert Salah, Mike LaFleur, Stefanski. He's a great coach. I don't think he's a top 10, but he's a great coach. Sean Heimer, he's not great. Dan Campbell. I think that's kind of a snub. He's been great as a Lions head coach. Ever since he's been on that team, he totally turned that franchise around. Kevin O'Connell, another one that I think got snubbed off that list. Sirianni, is he not getting his dues there? Todd Bowles is awful. I want him fired so fucking badly. Dan Quinn, I think, is all right. All right, yeah, let's close that down. So let's go back to this list. I'm fine. I honestly don't. I'm not that high on Jim Harbaugh. I'm not that high on Jim Harbaugh. I think I'm fine with 1 through 5. Matt LaFleur, I think, could go ahead of Jim Harbaugh. I think Mike Vrabel can go ahead of Jim Harbaugh. I don't know why D'Amico Ryans is on this list. I'm not that impressed with D'Amico Ryans. Let's go back. Who do I say got snubbed? Kevin O'Connell and Dan Campbell. Let's bring this over here. I go Dan Campbell over Jim Harbaugh. I don't know. Kevin O'Connell. I go Dan Campbell over D'Amico Ryans. I'd go. I can't believe I keep forgetting this. I'd go Kevin O'Connell. I go Kevin O'Connell over D'Amico Ryans. I don't know how D'Amico Ryans got on this list. That's the only guy I have a problem with. I think Matt LaFleur should probably be 7 on this list. Get D'Amico out of there. Throw Dan Campbell in there. If I can't remember the other, not Stefan. Oh, Kevin O'Connell. He's someone that deserves to be in that conversation as well. Most guaranteed money for a receiver all time. So obviously this is skewed towards recency. Inflation, these contracts keep getting bigger and bigger. NFL players getting paid more and more. This is gonna happen. Zay Flowers, he gets the most guaranteed money, and I think it's this was tweeted because of the new Zay Flowers contract. Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, JSN, CD Lamb. So these are all people that, oh my god, I mean, to be guaranteed $108 million. I don't think people truly fathom how much that is. Like I have no problem with 1 through 4. Zay Flowers just seems on the new wave. Like there's always a new wave of contracts with each position where some guy that isn't really deserving of the highest contract, he gets it just because that's the direction that the pay is going in. But Zay Flowers cannot be your number 1 receiver. He's like 5'8". He's like 5'8", 170 pounds. He can catch a lot of balls. He's not a Wes Welker, though. He's not a Julian Edelman. I think both of those guys are better than them and better than Zay Flowers and can be number 1 receivers. I don't know. You can't... The Ravens, they're always lacking receivers. I'm not mad that he signed for that, but I just don't think you're going to win anything with him as your number 1 receiver. And I hate to say it, I love this guy. I love watching him play. He's probably one of my favorite players in the NFL. I don't think Lamar is ever going to win a Super Bowl. I don't think he is ever getting over that hump. And it's tough because I think a lot of people that deserve Super Bowls might be thrown in that same category. Josh Allen, talk about snake bitten. I'm not sure if he's going to have what it takes to get over the hump. I'm rooting for the guy. I'm rooting for the guy so much that it's like when he played, don't get me wrong, it's Patriots over everything, but when they're playing the Bills, I don't hate the Bills. I really like Josh Allen. I think he's my favorite player in the NFL. Oh God, that was good. Couldn't get enough of that. Gonna have to get a refill. All right, cuz are y'all hearing this? Crazy 2026 little baby snippet. So I don't know if you guys know this about Tea Time. I don't think I did do an Iceman stream with the Butcher Boy. Shout out the Butcher Boy, but I'm not sure if you're familiar with my music game. I'm into rap music. I know that might be like a uncultured or unsophisticated, a non-mature take. It's almost like liking chicken fingers as your favorite food, because like I feel like everyone at one point when they're a teenager, that's what their favorite music is, and I think a lot of people grow out of that. That's still the most appealing music to my ear, and you can hit a lot of different avenues with rap music. You can go slow and you feels more towards the R&B side, but you know what I mean. And then rap music, the stories that it tells about people coming from nothing, making themselves into something. My dad always talked about that. That's why he's not a fan of rap music for the most part, but he loves rap movies because it shows people coming from destitute poverty and then making themselves into multi couldn't even fathom how many millions they got, which is all respect to them. And then they tell those stories through their songs, and it makes you motivated. It makes you want to become, you're like, if this guy could become what he wanted, why can't I? And that's the point of the music, is to tell a story that motivates you or makes you feel a certain way. So that's why I like rap music so much. I'll tell you this, I went to a Gunna concert. If you know who Gunna is, I mean, if you know rap music, you know who Gunna is. He's one of the hottest ones out right now. I went to a few Gunna concerts, but the first time he came to Boston, this was fresh off of his jail sentence. Well, kind of, I don't think he served time, but he was on probation, something like that. And then he made, and everyone was saying his career was done. Like, people wanted him in jail. Everyone was saying his career was done. He's a snitch. He's nothing without Young Thug. Then he puts out an album, A Gift and a Curse, which I think is his best album ever. And he went on tour for that album, and when he was singing up there and rapping, a lot of people go up there and they mail it in. They let the crowd sing it. They don't sing every word. He was going word for word. So much so that there were points in each song, well, not each song, in some songs, that he had to stop and miss words because he was catching his breath. This guy went as hard as he could for an hour and a half, and he was spilling his guts out through his music. You could tell how much it meant to him to be back on stage. That was the first stop on his new tour. It was incredible. I'm getting the goosebumps just thinking about it. So, for someone that was in jail thinking that their career was over, to come back and say, fuck everyone who was saying something bad about me, that thought I wouldn't be back. I'm back and I'm better than ever. And I'm not sipping lean anymore, and I'm ripped. This guy came back with a vengeance. And 2 weeks after that is the creation of Tea Time. That's how much it motivated me, because you saw what this guy was able to come back from, and you say, why not me? So that brings me back to this new crazy 2026 little baby snippet. I'm gonna play 1 second of it. That wasn't that good. That wasn't that good. So this is something where, if you're a fan of rap music, you're most likely a fan of Drake. If you're a fan of music, you're most likely a fan of Drake. And we get spoiled with Drake because this guy has had a peak for about 15 years. He's been on this steady incline for 15 years. And you don't realize, and you don't put it together in your mind, that people fall off. People start sucking when it comes to music. And it happens a lot quicker most of the time. Lil Baby's a perfect example, where he had a huge peak. He was, in a lot of people's minds, he could have been the number one rapper at a certain point in time. I'm talking maybe about like 2021, maybe 2022. And then that came to a crashing burn, because I think this is a guy that he wanted to get rich. He didn't love music. And it kind of goes back to his story, where Young Thug found him on the streets. I think he was selling drugs, and he was like, "You should rap," because I think he thought he was a good rapper, and he didn't want to go through that. He liked selling dope, but instead he found some more money and a safer option going with the music shit. But he just, maybe a guy that just wanted to get rich. But if you're a part of rap Twitter, anytime like little baby music is featured, like they really like push it out there, like, oh, he's back, he's better than ever, listen to this one, listen to this one. And every time one of those come around, I'm like, this isn't moving the needle for me. I like kind of like Little Baby. um Let me tell you what my favorite Little Baby song is. I always miss this. Let me see. Real Spill. Oh, I had a moment like we'll get real. We'll get even more real. You get them. You a lot of people like myself. You'll listen to music in the shower if you're feeling real good on that particular day. And there was one time that I was listening to a Real Spill, and I was going crazy. I was having almost an out of body experience, thinking that like I'm gonna rip everyone to shreds, and I'm gonna become Superman and the Hulk put together, combined as one, and then into the Batman. That's the type of, but like, so I got Little Baby songs in my Spotify. I also have 2,000 songs. I think he's got some good songs. It's just weird to me. The point of this is it's weird to me how much there's trying to resurrect the guy. And what you've come to know about online rhetoric over the past 6ish years, and it's been going on for longer than that, but we've become more attuned to it since COVID, is they can people that are behind the algorithms, that are behind these that are behind social media, they can start spewing rhetoric one way or the other. And people, Kendrick Lamar to be an example, they can pay a certain service, they can pay certain bots, however you want to put it, they can pay to get more views that aren't actually real. The same way that Little Baby and his team could be putting out these little snippets saying Little Baby's back, but it's just a Little Baby burner account. It's not an actual real person saying that. So I'm a little weary about how many times I've seen Little Baby snippets and like, this guy's back, he's on fire, and in fact he's not. You listen to this type of music has came and went. We're looking for like, who's competing with Drake? Who's competing with Drake right now when it comes to new rap music? I'll tell you someone that's doing it better than most from behind the jail cell is Tory Lanez. Anyone listen to his new album? It's incredible. Well, I'll walk that back a little bit. It's not one of his best albums. It's not an album that I'm gushing over, but I'm still listening to it. I listen to a few songs on there. I like it. The more that I listen to it, the more that I like it. But the fact that this guy is behind bars and putting out music, I don't understand how it's possible. Apparently, he's doing it over the jail phone. So imagine being behind Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez, he's got an hour on the phone, let's say. I don't know how jail works. So let's say he's got an hour on the phone and you're behind him waiting. And he's in the middle of recording something so ridiculously stupid. He's going in bar for bar, not even taking a breath. I know that. Or I'm doing a dance, and do like something like that. And then he does another song next to it and he's singing. This guy is one of the most talented musicians of our generation, and he was stripped of us over some bullshit that was never really confirmed. 10 years for shooting someone in the foot. I've never fucking heard of such a thing before. Free Tory. Stay at home boyfriends. Here we go. All right, stay at home boyfriends, husbands are on the rise in the US as women now hold more payroll jobs than men in 2026. What I want to point out is this keyword right here, payroll. Have more payroll jobs. So that means they got more jobs that are on the books. They have more jobs that have a payroll. You're employed by a company. You get a check every 2 weeks. So so I don't know where the stay-at-home husbands and boyfriends, like, I don't know if it's a necessarily, I don't know if it's a necessary, this video has distracted me, that bottom one. I don't know if that's a one for one. Just because women have more payroll jobs, that there's more stay-at-home men, boyfriends and husbands. I think there probably is more now because we've come into a generation of like, as we get farther and farther away of when we were like hunters and gatherers and actually had like a challenge every day, like go out and get your food, and while you're going to get your food, and a lion or a bear might eat you. And now it's like, do I DoorDash ice cream, or do I DoorDash a cheeseburger, or do I DoorDash a hot dog and a cheeseburger? Oh, I don't know. I'm so stressed. I'm so stressed. Let me hit the pen. So, like, there's a lot of people, a lot of men in particular, that are like that. So, and like that's the current struggle of this day and age. So, instead of having to face those troubles, having to face those problems head on, they let the woman do it, and they're going to stay at home and play video games all day. Um, Sounds good until you start doing it, right? You're like, oh, I'm just gonna stay home and play video games all day as my wife goes home and makes all the money for us, and I can just sit on my ass. Try doing that for a week and see how you really feel. I don't think you're gonna like it as much, but I'm just questioning this. I don't think this is a one for one. Okay. I mean, this dude, if you're not following this dude, he's fucking hilarious. Jordan Schmaltz, old professional or former professional hockey player, just a minor league player, I'm pretty sure. Might have had a cup of coffee in the big leagues. This isn't meant to be some misogynistic take, but think about it. If chicks didn't have a box, dudes probably wouldn't even say a word to them. Makes you think of the true power of the P. Dudes just want to roast farts and talk about their 6-leg parlay. Chicks are so hot. I don't really spot a lie. Besides your family and work related, how many times you going to talk to a woman just to talk to them? Just to learn about them, just to like how many times you going to hang out with the woman just because she's a good friend of yours? It makes you think. A lot of it is driven by the power of the P, and that power is significant. Think about all the stupid things that men do because of the P. That guy from that CEO from that from that company gets caught out at a Coldplay concert with his fling, with his mistress. You wouldn't be, if it weren't for the P. You wouldn't be doing that. You wouldn't be putting your job on the line to go swooze your coworker at a Coldplay concert or a Red whatever the fuck it was. Kirill Basin, that Democratic candidate, gets knocked the fuck out. These people who are running for we need a reset. We need a complete reset of anyone who's running for public office, because these people are totally unfit not only to lead the people of this country or of their state or of their city, they're completely unfit to rule over their own lives. These are people that are insane. Like, look at how this person is acting. Hold on. If you want to go to the hospital, come here. I'm basically the human stretcher. I'll take you there. You go for the handshake. You think it's good. That's very political. That's very diplomatic of him. Go for the handshake to signify it's over. But it ain't over. Wait, so. Wait. So hold on. Hold on. Gotta back it up a little bit. Like, this. You knew from this interaction up to this point that this guy sucked. That you hated this guy from the get go. And then they do the zoom in on him. And he's got the alien like head. The top of his head is way bigger than the rest of his head. And he's got that douchebag cut of the beard, almost like a chin strap of shorts. You look at this guy and you start seething at the mouth. You start foaming at the mouth because you hate him just from how he looks. You knew you hated him before, and then they zoom in on him and you get that much more pissed. You're like, how could this guy suck any worse? And then you saw what he looked like. And this is gonna, for how pissed you might be at this guy right now watching this video, you're gonna feel so good soon. Hold on. What are you gonna do? Look at this. Flying he got snuffed. He got absolutely snuffed. The thing is, he didn't even look like he got tagged that bad. He just got like it was just like the right amount of force to the right angle of his chin. Let's watch that one more time. How he got snuffed. You know what? We might want to. Yeah, here we go. He gets dropped. Look at the size of the dude that dropped him too. And this is a complete babying. A complete babying. He wakes him up.
What you fucking about, Holly boy? Yeah? Stay right there.
Oh, barking up the wrong tree. I didn't watch this full thing. Let's see what else is. No, he's trying to go back at him. You just got dropped, buddy. You just got knocked out cold. Now you're tugging at the guy's bathing suit. Oh, that was awesome. That was so awesome. I mean, that's just retribution for everyone involved. Someone acting like a complete dickhead on that's a temper tantrum. Like you're just seeing red. You can't pull yourself back from it, and that you're real pissed, and you're not thinking in your right mind when the other ball guy comes up to you and he's about 100 pounds heavier than you. He's got muscles coming out of the top of his head, and you try to throw a chair at him as you're winding up to smash him over the chair, to smash him with the chair like you're Shawn Michaels. You get snuffed out right in the middle of it. You're winding up to hit him with the chair like you're Vince McMahon in the WWE, and then boom, right to the chin. You go down. Oh, that felt good. That felt good just from this side of the screen. All right. Meanwhile, in Barbados, Carnival is happening in Barbados, and look at this. This guy. So there's a couple of things I need to point out. So the things that I would like to point out about this video are that, first of all, this woman who's able to maneuver in this such a way, God bless you, lady, because you're doing God's work out there. God gave you certain aspects, certain talents, and you're using them to your advantage. Good on you, and you're using it to the highest degree. That's like Patty Mahomes winding up for an 80-yard bomb because God gave him the gift too. God gave you the gift to put your feet on a bus and your hands on the pavement so you can shake your ass and slam it against a police officer. That's what God gave you, so you might as well pray up and say thank you for what you gave me and use it to the best ability that you can. Thank you very much. On the other hand, this guy could easily remove himself from this situation. He does not have to be. What is he guarding in particular right now? He is not wanting to move 1 inch. He's enjoying every second of it. He could easily stop it. He could easily maneuver out of the way, move his hands in such a way, but he's allowing the pile driver to be pile drived into his driver. Now watch this again. Look at this guy, he's completely enjoying it. That ain't a gun in his pocket, he's fully torqued. Look at this dude. Oh, look at see, that simple maneuver to the side just showed how much he could avoid it. He could have just turned to the side, and then that girl would have been going straight on to his junk. But instead, he just got his hands like this, right in a full landing pad for the chick. Ba-bam, ba-bam, ba-bam. Just could have turned to the side, but no. And you know what? I have a feeling he might got a ring on that finger, and this video is circulating. Yeah, 1 million views. This video is circulating around the internet, and this is going to come back, and she's going to be asking the same questions I am. You could have easily avoided that, but instead, you just put your hands on your chest like an idiot and allow her to pile drive you into the bus. All right, this is an issue. Ariana Grande, a little before and after picture. It all started when she was doing that movie Wicked, and she had some sort of really strange relationship with that woman, the other woman that was featured in the film. and like they were weirdly touching each other in interviews. She seemed very overly protective of her. And for her, like, what this makes me think of is like how many people in Hollywood, how many famous people are taking some sort of GLP-1, some sort of weight loss drug when they don't need to. Ariana Grande might have weighed 110 pounds and now she weighs 85. No, if you weigh under 100 pounds, oh my God. I mean, it's so like these GLP-1s are being forced, not forced upon us, but very they're easily advertised. They're all over the place, and you got people like Serena Williams touting them. She was one of the best female athletes of all time, in incredible shape. Why you need to take a GLP-1? And then you're making everyone else feel like, oh, if Serena Williams is taking it and she lost 15, 20 pounds, then I could easily take it. And I'm seeing these people, I'm seeing these people in real life. There's this one woman that goes to the gym with me. We go to the gym at the same time. She started taking, we were talking about it at one point. She was like, I wanted to start taking Ozempic. And I mean, I don't really know you that much, lady, so I can't tell you one way or the other. But she started taking it. We haven't talked about it, but I noticed, and it looks worse. She lost weight, but it looks worse. Same thing with this. She lost weight, but she looks worse. I'm not saying it's definitely a GLP-1. She could have some sort of mental disorder going on, and I feel bad for her if this is what it's devolving into, because there's no way she's blind to the internet talk about her. This has been going on for so long. This specific topic regarding her and her weight. So I feel bad if that's the case. I just hope it's not a GLP-1, because it's not, it could be her, but there's many other people that are thinking that they need to lose 10 to 15 pounds. They lose it and they look worse. You might look skinnier, but at what cost? And people only see it from the outside like everything else. People only seeing it from this perspective. They're not seeing it from the inside perspective. What are you feeling like on every day? How about that? Are you shitting your brains out every day? Are you not shitting? Are you not eating? These are the questions, and it's all to look skinnier. I hope that's not the case for Ariana. Ariana, if you want to call into the show, DM me on the side. We can have a conversation. I would love to have you on. We could talk about it if you're willing to talk about it. Oh my God, I'm not doing this for $1 million. This is a great video. This is a great video. This this should be in the NFL Combine. That is talk about the Cam Newton stank leg. Like, for these guys to feel so confident that they're doing a step and then pulling back, these juke moves are lethal. Imagine you got a 250-pound linebacker running 20 miles per hour at you, trying to spear you in half. That is nothing compared to this 1,000-pound bull who's probably running 30 or 40 miles an hour at you. You got no pads on, and you're hitting him with the juke stick. You're hitting him with the NFL juke stick and getting out of the way. This is insane. Look, he's bringing him on. Oh my God, that move was insane. To try that move was insane. Is this real? This is insane. This dude's got Nikes on doing backflips over him. That looked real. That looked real. What is going on? These bulls got to be in on it to allow this to happen. It doesn't make any sense. I love that. Oh my God. And these dudes are getting paid. These dudes are getting paid not even a fraction of what NFL players are making. These dudes are probably making $50,000 a year to risk their lives like this. You know how they say, like, you're risking your life every Sunday when you go into an NFL game? These guys could actually die right then and there. Way more. I mean, the NFL guys, yes, but the probability is very low. This is very high. And they're doing it for $50,000 instead of $40 million guaranteed each year. And can we be honest? Can we be honest? Is this more entertaining to watch than the NFL? Like, if you were watching this in real life, you would be thoroughly entertained. You would love every freaking second of this. There wouldn't be any, oh, first and 10, let's run it up the middle for 0 yards. Oh, let's do play action, you get sacked. This is just full throttle action the whole time. That's a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with that one. All right, scientists confirmed humans are not born afraid of snake. The fear is taught. I feel like that is the case for a lot of things, but let's check out this video.
Is this okay? Don't touch it. No, don't touch it.
So they don't even know. I mean, are there any? Actually, no. I feel like kids could maybe be like afraid of like dogs or cats. Like you see them like with the, like, is there any animal that humans are born afraid of, or is it that you learn to be afraid of it along the way? Like with anything, because like if you don't know, like if you've never seen a snake before, you don't know to be afraid of it. If you don't know, you've never seen a dog or a cat, a lion or a bear or a shark, you don't know to be afraid of it. I wasn't even hearing the audio on that. That's great, Mike. That's great. Um, Another thing that I have to point out on this video is that what mother, specifically a mother, but what parents in their right mind are like, hey, for the sake of science, let's throw our kid in with a bunch of snakes and see what happens. They told us that the snakes are safe. They told us that the kids aren't going to start acting up and they're just going to be genuinely curious about them. Like, this is like gotta be the weirdest parents. Like, we actually just want to see if humans are born with the innate fear of snakes, so let's throw our kid in. Go fuck yourself, people.
They don't seem that concerned at all, which is concerning me.
I know, it's unbelievable to see, isn't it?
Our infants aren't fussed about the snakes at all. They're far more interested in their toys. In fact, psychologists believe that along with heights, there's only one other fear that appears this early in our development. The fear of loud noises.
So you're born with the fear of loud noises, you're born with the fear of heights, but not with the fear of snakes. I can understand. A snake? I mean, loud noises and heights, it's like it's tapping into something where you know there's danger. Like on the other side of a loud noise is some danger. On the other side of heights, like you're looking down at what the danger is. You've never seen a snake before, you don't know to be afraid. You think this is a friggin' toy. You don't even know if it's a real living thing. I hate that they did that to these kids. All right, we have a massive. So let me see what else. Okay. Oh wait, I got some more. I got some more for us. I thought we were gonna be ending soon. All right. So I mean, if you don't follow Tea Time on social media, how dare you? But this is the video that I commented on today. And this is a reminder. This is a reminder of how much better things are in the Spanish call. Something about that language is just more exciting. You can hear it right off the bat. Del Torrio. Epow! That's gotta mean punch. Epow!
Y golpes.
No se hablaron mucho, ¿eh? A la primera llegaron los golpes.
Bueno, lo que sí veo es a un Dan Vázquez que está también por allá, Donis Medina, algunos de los jugadores están
So
recibiendo
there's a couple. So I mean, if you follow me on social media, you already know the comments that I made on it. But I'll show you.
al primer picheo el contacto a terreno
I'll go through it again.
Tornillo que no puede
This motherfucker running the base path is huge. You don't want to go against him. And I love how he's just pissed that he got out right here. He just got pissed that he got tagged. You shouldn't tag me. And he didn't think about it. Without hesitation, I don't know if this started just right in this moment, but just cold cocks the guy. I don't know if he was pissed at something before that happened. It seemed like that was the only thing that triggered him. Takes him right down, kicks him in the back, and now here comes a full out brawl. Look at this guy. So if you, oh fuck,
hay un show grande en el terreno de juego del
hold
Toros
on.
Mobile Park y golpes no se hablaron mucho
So all right, hold on.
y wow hay golpes ahí por parte de Dan Rivas
So this clothesline was crazy. If you see fights in the MLB, everyone just kind of holding each other. No one's throwing anything. It's just a big pile. These people are actually hurting each other. That was a hell of a clothesline. That dude was probably 6'4", 250 pounds. Took him down with ease with the clothesline. And this guy who got caught, you can tell he's not feeling steady on his feet right now. None of his teammates are checking to see if it's okay. As a matter of fact, they're just running him over. And then this guy in the background throws a kick. There's the kick. Ooh, the big old kick. That's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun. Okay. Phoenix Flexen's Rubber reaches a peak of number 62 on the Billboard Hot 100. All right, so this guy, so if you have not followed the discourse on this, and a lot like this kind of goes to what I was mentioning earlier about just following rap on your socials. This guy had like, it's like packing boards and stacking clips. I called that being a like, it goes like that. I'll play 1 second of it. So that's like a TikTok sound basically, and a lot of people these days are just making sounds for TikTok, and they're not actually good songs, but they're repeatable, they're catchy, and it's what's getting you paid. So people think to themselves, why make good music when I could just do this? And this guy thought the same exact thing. He had been an artist for a while, and then someone did a video basically breaking down how he used AI to make this song, and he has been denying it thoroughly along the way. If you look at his music prior to this song, it did not sound anything like this. And like a lot of people in this world, maybe they're not where they're at with their job. Maybe they're not where they're at with their goal. And what's there for you, instead of actually grabbing a pair of scissors and cutting the corners, what's going to be a better, efficient tool for you to cut that corner is using AI. So instead of going the traditional route to your goal, the traditional route through your job, just use AI. You were a shitty artist the whole time. No one listening to your music. Throw the AI in there, and suddenly it knows exactly what people want to listen to. That song, go listen to it right now. It's called Rubber Bands. It is the most AI song you've ever heard. None of the lines actually mesh together. They don't like, it's almost like each line was created on its own. It's not a full song, but just the beat of it, the sound of his voice, it all is pleasing to the ears. And like if you look at this guy, he was created in a lab somewhere. This isn't like a real person, and he was brought upon us by the music industry to decide, are these people ready for AI or not? And the people have decided, no, we are not ready for AI. We do not want your artificial intelligence in the music. We don't want it in the arts. But we know as people that it's coming, unfortunately. And we've heard the AI songs. Like we've heard like the 1950s rendition of Many Men, the AI version. They're great. You hate how great they are because it takes away from the human's ability to deliver music. You listen to the humans, and then you listen to the computers, and then you go, the computers did it better. And it's a sad, like, I'm all in favor of AI for efficiency. When it comes to doing like clerical work, paperwork, analyzing data, all that shit, pressing 1 and zeros. Let the computers do that. But let the art stuff, let the things that are up for interpretation, the things that are so beautiful in this world, leave that to the humans. And this guy, they talk about industry plants. This is the plantiest of plants. He's a friggin' sunflower out there. He's that big of a plant. It grows 6 feet high. This sunflower. All right, so we got ice hockey football. Just watch this for a second.
Ice football here. Now they can't kick this thing. I see field goal post though. There's no kickoff because I don't know how you're gonna kick a thing and not absolutely bust your bum on this ice. You see the yards are marked every 5. Oh man, this is going to be.
I can't believe Nissan is a sponsor of this. I can't believe they have any sponsors.
I don't think they're.
This is so stupid.
They're definitely not skates. Like these guys. Yeah, I gotta jog a little bit. Let's go.
Like this guy's crawling in the background. Like this, let's watch a little bit more.
Oh no! You can't hang on. It's you can't.
And they gotta wear hockey gloves too. They can't even wear like receiver gloves to catch it.
This is a nice little pass. Look at that beautiful spiral. Tries to reach for it. Nope. Bro, they even got fans in the stands. Like, dude, people are coming to watch this stuff. Okay, 2nd and 10.
It's just East versus West. That's
Here we
the
go.
only people they had to field the team.
Yes!
Go! Take it to the crib. Take it to the crib. I want to see someone get hit. I want to see someone get hit. Oh, look! He's flipping him off. That's awesome. Okay, I'm a little bit back in on this now. That's a lot of fun.
Oh, man. And on the second play of ice football, we have our first
East versus
touchdown.
West.
Look at that moving
That's
around.
all they have to field the team, and they didn't even want to try to create names for these teams.
Look at this.
That's a
Oh,
dime along the sidelines.
Oh, that's a rough fall. And there he goes.
High stepping with the middle finger.
He's giving with the black gloves. Spikes it. Let's go. Oh, we're kicking an extra.
Oh, we got a kick.
How are you gonna kick on ice, dude? These dudes can
Looks like they're
barely
wearing
run and go
bowling
for the
shoes.
ball. Nope.
So, my take on that is, how much more fun would this be if they were wearing skates and it was football? Like, skates in basketball, skates in football, that would be super fun. Even skates in basketball would be really fun. The only reason why you couldn't do skates in football is because someone's bound to get severely injured, catastrophic injury. You can't do that with skates on. But basketball, where no one's actually tackling each other. Like, you can throw body checks like in hockey, but you're not full out tackling people. That I would watch. Like, they actually have to dribble too. That would be a lot of fun. I think that would be a great spin-off of this. And if this type of shit is making its way onto television and it's got fans and it's got sponsors, I don't know what's stopping us from creating a hockey basketball league, 8-foot hoops. My homie did 12 years in prison. I told him to act normal. Look at this dude. Look at this woman's just grabbing her boobs and shaking them. This dude hasn't seen a female in 12 years. So, I mean, this is a great... I love this video because if you go out in this day and age, if you go out to a club or to a bar, you are severely overwhelmed. It's not only from your lack of social acuity from when we were locked away during COVID, and don't pretend like you don't still feel the effects of that. Going into a crowd now feels way different than going to a crowd pre-COVID. They made us afraid of people, and like you can feel the difference because you go into a bar back in the day, you wouldn't think twice about it. You go into a bar now, you're looking at everyone. What are they doing? What are they doing? What's in his pocket? He's doing something weird. This could be just me. But you go into a club nowadays, you're severely overwhelmed. You don't know. You can't. There's no direct shot to get a drink. The music is playing so loud you can't even hear yourself think. And the women are dressed like they're going to bed. Almost like they're dressed like they want you. There's nothing left to the imagination. You know exactly what they look like underneath, and it's tantalizing. So you're going out there as a human that's been out in society for a long time that hasn't been in jail, you go out to a club and you feel exactly like this guy. You're like this, standing around with your eyes bugging out of your head. You're like, the music's too loud. There's so many tits and ass in here. I can't even handle it. I gotta go home. And then factor in, you haven't seen a woman in 12 years. You've been in jail for that long. Then you bring him out to the club. You probably wanted to explode. You like the whole, the music's different. How people are dressing are different. How people are acting are different. And you're just there to take it all in. That would be a great thought experiment if you had people that people. We should get some research. We need a longitudinal study. People that were in jail for maybe anywhere to 5 to 10 years. You bring them out to a club the night before they go to jail, or for like a straight week. They go to all the best clubs. They go back to those same clubs when they get out of jail. 5 to 10 years later, and they're there to write down the differences and what they noticed. What did the women look like? What type of music were they playing? What was everyone acting like? That's something that I would be interested in. That would be a great study that I would read, and it would take it takes a lot for me to read. I've been reading a book for 2 years. I'm a little bit more than halfway through, and the problem with reading a book for 2 years is everything that you read you forget. There's so many names that are being brought up in this book that I'm reading, and I'm like, who the fuck's that? They're a really important character in this. They keep mentioning the name over and over again. I don't have any of the context. It makes me just want to stop reading. But how am I, like, there's so much other shit to do. How am I supposed to throw reading into the friggin' mix? I'll tell you. I tell you, it's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. When it beat it, we can't mix. When it beat it, we can't mix. It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. If you're out there and you're in the chat, tell me what's the one music or what's the one movie that song makes you think of. There's only one right answer. All right. Horse Girl draws massive crowd for her Lollapalooza after show. And when I liked this video yesterday, I was trying to come up with a take of my own. And I felt so confused about what I was watching and like what it means. And I have since watched it maybe like 3, 4, 5 times. And I still don't know how I feel. And I still don't know what I'm seeing. What, like, a certain genre of DJs now is scantily clad, sluttily dressed women. Chantel Jeffries, Summer Rae, perfect examples where it's like, how good of DJs are they? Or are they just hot? And they're just hot as far as I'm concerned. So like, you got this woman, top of her ass cheeks are showing, showing more skin than clothes. And then she's got a horse mask on top of it. I don't understand the appeal. Like, don't you feel weird? Like, wouldn't you feel weird going there and like my favorite artist that I just paid to go see? It's a horse girl. Like, and this goes into like the furries thing. Like, people like thinking that they're animals. Like acting like animals. It is. I feel like it's like a serious regression of the mind. Where like, did you hear? I'll play a little bit more of the music. It sounded like something that you listened to in preschool. Like don't I and like you're entertained by this person who's wearing a horse mask. It all seems so weird. Like the music is weird, and like people like with these weird sticks, like it's working and it's appealing. I don't know, like how do they know this is going to work? How do they know that this is like you're going out like there's no way this woman wants to be horse girl, or at least you wouldn't think so. Like, who would want to be horse girl? You probably, if you're up on stage like that, you probably want people to see your face. But you have the marshmallow case, that DJ, so that kind of ruins that. I still can't diagnose it. Like, I don't. I'm not understanding. It's making me feel super strange. I don't get the appeal, but like I can't diagnose it and dissect it like I typically could. I'm perplexed. I'm just gonna move on. All right. Most expensive golf courses in America. Pine Valley Golf Club in Pine Valley, New Jersey. $1,000 for the round. Let me tell you something. No golf course is worth $1,000, dude. You gotta be. If you're going to play $1,000 golf course, you need to be a 5 handicap or better. You got to know that you're not shooting over like an 82 when you go there, because if you're going to go there and be getting double bogeys all day, that's going to fucking suck. And you're going to hate that you spent it that. Like, it's just going to feed it. It's going to be a negative feedback loop. You're just going to keep hating it. And you're going to hate it even more the more that you suck. Why did I spend $1,000? So many. Then you start thinking about all the other things that you would have spent $1,000 on. Shadow Creek in Vegas. I feel like that is more worth it. Just like being in Vegas, it's like a high spender type of attitude when you're out there. It's $750. The Ocean Course in Kiowa, South Carolina, $650. Congressional Country Club in Bethesda, Maryland. I would love to go golfing at a nice course in Maryland. The only golf courses that I know in Maryland are in Baltimore City, and they are insane. There's no other way to do it. They're surrounded by chain link fences, so let me tell you some stories. And some people are going to be mortified to hear this. So we would go golfing. Like, we wouldn't go golfing until like we were seniors in college. And we would go golfing at how am I forgetting the name of this place? I'm going to kick. Clifton Park. It's the first one that comes up. I hate myself that I even had to look it up. We go golfing at Clifton Park in Baltimore City, and this was actually like like it was in decent shape, and it was up on a hill, and you look over and out at the skyline of Baltimore. It was pretty cool. And like you get to the golf course, and like a lot of times they'll say to you, like, on holes 9, 13, and 17, we're just gonna ask you to do cart path only, or we're gonna ask you to 90-degree rule. Instead they go on holes 13, 14, 15, some shit like that. We're gonna ask you to put all your belongings out of the golf cart into your into your pockets because they'll get stolen. That's the type of place that we were going to. There's this gang in Baltimore. I don't know if they're violent or not, but there's this gang called the 12 O'Clock Boys, because they would ride dirt bikes throughout the city, and they would wheelie so high that their front wheel was pointed towards 12 o'clock. 12 O'Clock Boys. We'd be teeing off. I'd be doing my pre-shot routine in my head. I'd be saying to myself, okay, you're going to want to swivel the hips first, and then the arms come after. Keep the arms straight, and that should add a little bit of a high fade to this ball. And right as I'm going through my pre-shot routine, about to swing it, some guy from the 12 O'Clock Boys just goes onto the fairway, wheelie all the way down the fairway, 350 yards. And that was the most exciting thing that happened that hole. There's this thing called Amen Corner at Augusta in at Augusta at the Masters. There's this thing called Amen Corner where it's like holes like 11, 12, 13. It comes to a little corner, and there was this we would call Amen Corner of Clifton Park, where it would be chain link fence that would go directly into a corner. And on the other side of that, it's the hood. It's a legit hood. I remember it clear as day. People are out on their porches. They're drinking 40s. They're smoking Black and Milds. And the song that I remember so clearly, it was Real Sisters by Future. It was such an awesome moment. Like, you're protected like not really, but you feel like you're protected by the chain link fence, but you know that they could come over and yeah, shit could go down south real quickly. But it was so we still go there and play. We love it there. And what's funny is that we were we were going to golf there, and there was like a little hut like where the Rangers are. Like right on hole one, and like we're waiting to tee off. We got a group of 6, or we have 2 groups of 3, and we go to the Ranger. This guy, he's got like 3 teeth, and we're like, "Hey, we got this joint right here. Do you mind if we just smoke it? Like, do you care if we just smoke it right here?" And he goes, "I don't mind. I got one right here about to light up." He opens up his hand. He's got a blunt the size of about a banana that he's about to smoke. And we're like, okay, if he's showing us this, telling us we can smoke, that we can probably get away with anything. Do you mind if we play as 6 people too instead of 2 groups of 3? He goes, yeah, sure, go for it. So we're playing as a group of 6, and it's taking about an hour to go through one hole. And someone from the clubhouse, not from that little Rangers hut, someone comes from the clubhouse, comes to meet us on hole 2, and they're like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And we're like, "We talked to that Ranger, and he said that we could play as a group of 6." And he goes, "Yeah, that guy doesn't even work here. You shouldn't listen to him. You guys got to go 3-3." And that's some Clifton Park stories for you. All right, going back to the most expensive courses. Congressional Country Club. Oh, we did that one. Bethpage Black Course. Pebble Beach. That's one that's worth paying for, I think. I don't know why. There's one in Ireland. Pennsylvania. Oh, so these are 2 ones that I would pay for. I want to go on my bucket list. I want to go to Bandon. I would love to see Oregon. I feel like it's so nice out there. That's like the next type of trip that I want to go on is like I feel like I've got like the majority of trips that I've gone on within the United States is to like a certain city where you go out and experience like basically the nightlife. But like now I kind of want to see like some nature. I want to see some scenery. So I would love to go to Bandon, and I would love to go to Pebble Beach. Those are definitely on. Shadow Creek would probably be up there too. I golfed in Vegas at Valley High, which is another expensive golf course. That was really cool too. The ball flies there. They're not wrong about the altitude. All right, it's easy to forget. Big Pun wasn't always big. For you to go from this to this, I don't know, like, what the fuck happens? Like, do you just discover food? Did you just discover Doritos? Did you just discover pizza? Like, for you to make this stark of a difference and, like, never go back is insane. And this, on left hand, Big Pun in the 80s on the left side, that's a handsome dude. This is a handsome guy. This guy is about 4 of these guys. This guy weighs 500 pounds. And I can't lie, he's kind of, I mean, for how fat and gigantic he is, he's kind of holding it well. Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. You are never going to guess. You are never going to guess what song she's singing. And she's killing it. And she poured the mic up. Y'all play, and her girls are singing with her. Fucked around and got a triple double. Look at these people. How? See, that's the thing. Like, these people are not even looking at her. They're looking at their phones. How can you not be moved by this performance? This woman singing Ice Cube, Good Day, this would be something that would give me an out-of-body experience. Like, I would want to be there so bad. Instead of going to see Horse Girl at Lollapalooza, I would just go see her perform the song 3 times in a row and I'd be good. That's an amazing thing to see. All right, now we're going way back. Oh, this is already it. You know what? I think we're gonna call it. I think we're gonna call it. Let me see. All right. So that was Tea Time Timeline. When we find ourselves in a little bit of a lull in the sports calendar, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see some Tea Time Timeline coming across your timeline. I don't think you're going to see much more of this. There might be one or two more because the NFL season starts and then we're fully booked. Every Monday night football game, every Thursday night football game, every Sunday pregame show, tea time, tea time, tea time. Tea time is going to be synonymous with football by the end of next season. I said it was going to happen last season. It's going to happen this season. So tea time timeline is something that I love to do because it's really more like when you're watching a game, you're stuck to the confines of the game. So sometimes when the game sucks and it's not giving you anything, you're you're kind of creatively stifled. On the other hand, with tea time timeline, it allows you to go into so many different avenues, so many different thoughts, and be a little bit more creative and fun with it. So I don't know what tea time will turn into or what will be the thing that'll make it go from this to that. But I love doing tea time timeline. I do want to try to incorporate it more. If you're out there in the chat or watching, you want to text me, DM me, let me know how you feel about it. I'm curious about the feedback. And what we got later on this week, we got another game night on Tea Time, Jeopardy, this time with 3 new contestants. One is going to be a first time tea timer. 2 are going to be repeat guests that you've seen before. So we're going to have some fun with that. That's another thing that I like doing because the creativity, it knows no bounds when it's game night. So we had fun tonight. I hope you did as well. Thank you for teeing up and stay teed up till the next time. And until then, salute.